Nurturing is leadership.
The action of showing love.
It reminds me of just giving somebody a cuddle and letting them know that everything's going to be okay.
Nature goes hand in hand with joy.
You're empowering them to be stronger.
You have to have a little bit of something to give, I think.
It's feeding into people, feeding into those around you, building up ideas and community and culture and activism.
Nurture can be the nurturing of an idea that, despite everyone saying it can't be done, that you do it anyway.
My name is Khadija Blah.
I'm Ali Adi.
Rochelle Courtenay.
Emma Balfour.
I'm Rita Happy.
Dr. Tracy Westerman.
I'm an African-Australian woman. I'm a human rights activist and entrepreneur.
I'm the founder of She Mentors, a membership site for women in business.
I'm the founder of Share the Dignity.
I'm a part-time model and a full-time mother, and I write.
I am a choreographer, dancer and artist.
I'm a psychologist and I work with Aboriginal people experiencing mental ill health and suicide.
My work involves protecting little girls in Australia from female genital mutilation, as well as really raising awareness around how domestic and family violence affect, migrant and newly arrived communities. And my aim, I think, as a whole, is to create a world where everyone is treated equally, regardless of their race, their gender, their age, or sexuality. I just want an equal world.
She Mentors is a members club for women in business who want to give back. We invite some of Australia's best female entrepreneurs and female leaders up on stage to share their stories and insights and mentor the women that come along to these events.
Share the Dignity started 4 years ago when I read an article written online that talked about how many homeless women there were in Australia. And at that stage, there were 48,000 women that didn't have somewhere safe to call home. But when I read that they didn't have access to sanitary items, I couldn't believe it was happening in Australia, and I couldn't believe that no one had done anything about it. We've now collected 1.9 million packets of pads and tampons to distribute to those women who are fleeing domestic violence, experiencing homelessness, our drought-stricken farming communities, our remote Indigenous communities.
For me, I really wanted to teach my kids when they were younger how they can best impact the world around them. So we started the kitchen garden at their primary school, and we built that up, and that's still running, and they're 18 and 14 now, so that's one of my sort of proudest achievements.
I'm a Bundjalung woman from northern New South Wales and a Ngāpuhi woman from Whangarei, Aotearoa, New Zealand. The Australian performing arts scene, especially in Indigenous performing arts and visual arts, have been incredibly inspiring to me. The people in my life that have nurtured me are first and foremost my community, and I like to think of the people that came before me that forged a path that has allowed me to have a voice. Makes you feel incredibly grateful to be able to do something that contributes towards a legacy of change.
My work actually involves nurturing particularly the next generation of young children in particular. I see disadvantage and the need to actually nurture communities and individuals and people through trauma and pain. There's no greater joy than to see people become a greater version of yourself and feel as if you've had a small part of that.
I meet families, for example, who, by protecting their little girl, that will flow on from generation to generation. So I will never even live long enough to see the ripple effect of some of my work.
My mum was not a citizen of her own country as an Aboriginal woman. In one generation, she's managed to nurture a daughter who's come from disadvantaged and yet been able to have the advantage of an education and finish a PhD in clinical psychology. That is incredible strength.
There's such joy in being a nurturous person, as a mum, as a friend, as a wife, as a person that makes a difference in the world. You have to nurture, and it's joyous for me.
Sometimes nurturing is seeing somebody else achieve the things that they never thought were possible for them.
She Mentors kind of goes hand in hand with being pregnant and becoming a mum, because the kind of things that I'm working on in my business are directly going to affect my daughter.
Whatever it is that you do in your life, we all actually nurture in one way or another. And we should be proud of it. I think we should reclaim that word, nurture.